Good evening. I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, bringing you news you can use from the community. Tonight's topic focuses on integrating fitness routines with the carnivore lifestyle. Working out on the carnivore diet is pretty much like training on any other kind of diet, but there are a few key differences to consider if you want to maximize your results. For example, some training methodologies may be more difficult at different stages of your carnivore journey, depending on how fat adapted you are. Someone new to the carnivore diet might be wondering, is working out essential on carnivore? No. Working out on the carnivore diet isn't essential, but it's extremely useful for one big reason: insulin resistance. One of the main reasons people choose to go on the carnivore diet is for weight loss, health, and autoimmune issues, almost all of which are dependent on your insulin levels and your insulin sensitivity. The more insulin resistant you are, the more you'll struggle to lose weight, get healthy, and manage your autoimmune sensitivities. Training is one of the best ways to help become more insulin sensitive because the muscles are the main sources of insulin uptake. In other words, bigger, more toned muscles help you manage insulin. Another benefit to the carnivore diet in your workout routine is becoming fat adapted. Becoming fat adapted essentially means your body can utilize fat as a source of fuel in the most efficient way possible. This is important for someone who wants to undertake any kind of exercise program because it's the difference between poor performance and great progress. So, how long does it take to become fat adapted? It can take anywhere from 30 days to 12 weeks to become fat adapted, and even longer than that to begin performing at your best, especially if you participate in high power activities like strength training and powerlifting. You may wonder, how do you know when you've become fat adapted? You'll know when you've become generally fat adapted because you'll be able to go for long periods of time between meals without feeling hungry. You'll know you're fat adapted for your workouts when you begin to see yourself exceeding your previous personal best. How does one become fat adapted faster? There are a few things you can do to become fat adapted for training on the carnivore diet. First of all, do not cheat. Even a single cheat day can set you back if you're in the early stages of fat adaptation. Secondly, increase fat intake. Fat is now your primary source of fuel, so it stands to reason you're going to need more of it. If you begin to lose weight too quickly, it could be a sign you need more fat. Lastly, working out fasted and training while fasted has been shown to increase fat oxidation and could improve the efficiency at which you metabolize fat for fuel. Consider working out first thing in the morning, but take it easy. Now, for most carnivores, training will suffer on the carnivore diet, especially for those who spend most of their time doing glucose-specific training like strength training or bodybuilding. Although muscle size and quality often increase with no training at all, when starting out on the carnivore diet due to the increased protein intake, it's not without its challenges. Now, with the subject of strength training on the carnivore diet, it is a minefield of information because we hardly have any reputable research on the topic. One of the biggest myths about strength training is that you need lots of carbs to lift heavy. While this may be true as you go through the fat adaptation phase, most seasoned low-carb strong men always return to or exceed their previous personal best when they consider a strength to weight ratio, or in other words, Strength athletes will almost certainly get smaller in size due to the fat loss and lack of water retention, but muscle mass will increase due to the extra protein intake. With that being said, increasing strength requires super physiological amounts of training, which some non-carnivores believe may require some supplementation with carbs. Now, I will tell you that endurance training is probably where the carnivore diet excels because it requires the least amount of short bursts of power and relies heavily on fat as a source of fuel. Many endurance athletes are now turning to low carb or zero carb diets to fuel their workouts and competitions. As for me and my carnivore workouts, my workout routines have changed drastically as a result of me returning to work. Where I used to do between 6 to 8 15-second sprints on a soccer field, now I only walk about an hour around my workplace. As far as staying carnivore, I find it super easy to make my lunches for work. Since I'm a minimalist, I keep it simple by cooking quick meals such as meatballs, ribeye steak bites, bacon and cheese egg bites, burger patties, and power bowls, which consist of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs scrambled together. I will tell you that because of my swing shift work schedule, I have even modified my workflow for my YouTube channel. Instead of the usual variety of videos that were uploaded in the past, what is uploaded these days are the weekly segments of news you can use as seen right here. I also upload shorts from time to time when I experiment with new cooking recipes, so please be sure to check them out. So this has been Carnivore News you can use from the community. Thank you for watching and good night.